You ready, steady, cook.
Hit it. When it's Wednesday and it's wacky, it's time for you to get Wacky Willy Wednesday. Here we go. Yeah. This is when you give us our feedback. Here we go now. Wacky Willy Wednesday. Here we go. Oh yeah. Emails. Email us at thefootywithbroden@gmail.com. Come on, get in here and tell us what you want to say about your dorky shit that you want to tell us. Up for the killing now. Hello and welcome to Wacky Willy Wednesday. It's our version of mailbag.
Yeah.
And it's time for you. This is where you get your say. But we don't have to value your opinion, but we give it. We let you have it.
Yeah.
It's like SEN. It's like Dwayno. You call, you get on.
Exactly. And pretty much every single email that comes through, we read out. 100% of emails get read out on this. I'm joking.
No, that's not true. No, we've got to get through them with a fine-tooth comb.
Exactly. Hey, last week, Broden,
Yeah.
you did a segment in our Monday episode, round 6 wrap-up, where you talked about famous people associated with teams.
We did. For the last 2 weeks, we've kind of talked about it.
Yeah. And
The other week, it was round 5 wrap-up.
Round 5 wrap-up.
Yeah.
And I put on Instagram because my wife was like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah,
Adelaide is clearly Leighton Hewitt. So I put on Instagram and just said, give us your obvious ones. So I sort of did a quick collation, not like a fine-tooth comb collation, but of like the really popular responses.
We've said fine-tooth comb twice already.
Yeah, and I'm going to go for a third. So with the fine-tooth comb, these are the ones that came back, right? So again, there was way more.
What kind of tooth comb you using?
Fine.
All right.
So there was way more, right? But these are the ones that I was like, oh, people have said this so many times.
Sure.
So doggies, heaps of people said Julia Gillard. So when they think doggies, think Julia Gillard.
Prime Minister Gillard.
Interesting.
Of a certain demo, I imagine, because Will is big for them. Hemsworth's big for them.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, she's involved with them.
Yeah, if I had seen 2 or 3 people come back with Jules, I would have been like, fair enough. But there was like 20.
There are a lot of them with Jules.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
I wonder if Jules is engaged.
Yeah, or maybe it's just one of those ones where it's just a very clear image in some people's heads. You know? Eagles, Dan Ricciardo.
Yes, that is absolutely fair, I think.
Yeah.
And I should have known that.
Who did we go for? Can't remember.
Eagles, I said Bronwyn, the Bronwyn Bishop or the
Julie
Bishop.
Julie Bishop, right.
Which is fucked that I did that.
And I probably said something stupid. For North Melbourne, people Ponting, like Ricky Ponting.
Yes, that is correct.
Overwhelming.
No,
yeah.
I've been overwhelmingly corrected there, and I'll accept that one, Ricky Ponting. Over Tim Rogers, though.
I still don't know who Tim Rogers are. One of your la-di-da rock bands,
You don't know who Tim Rogers are? Tim Rogers isn't multiple people.
All these Tim
It's
Rogers.
the Tim Rogers.
All these Tim Rogers as you go on about.
He's the lead singer of I Would Love to Play Some, but you won't let me.
No, You Am I, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll play you Berlin Chair. Do
Um,
you want me to sing you Berlin Chair?
yeah, do it.
You ready? I'm not going to do it like... If half of what I'm saying, song. If what I'm saying is true, and then I'll cut to the chorus. If you wait, I'll give all my eggs to you. Take a chance, let you know what you're going through. You know that song?
I don't think
I'm
so.
a Berlin Chair. Play it,
up.
just play it, man. We'll be fine. Come
No,
on.
I refuse. I'm only 3 into my list of like 20. Bombers, Andrew Bogut. I didn't even know he barracked for AFL, whatever.
He's an Essendon, yeah. But also Ben Simmons is Essendon.
Oh, true, actually. I
Do you
didn't
remember
know
when
that.
Ben Simmons tweeted early in his basketball career, he's like, I've got to come back and play for the Bombers for a season. And now he could Clippers would probably
probably
take that show. Yeah. We'll take merit for
Simo can, yeah. This one is obvious. This should have come to us with the Saints. Warney. Shane Warne.
Over Eric Banner, yes.
Yeah. Well, not over Eric, but yeah, it definitely should have come to our minds, I think.
Yeah.
And Molly Meldrum, people said for Saints.
Molly is iconic for them, but if you asked anyone, I don't think Marnie would know who Molly Meldrum is. Like, I'm saying anyone who's 5 years younger than us and not Paddy, who's looking at me weirdly, would say, you don't know who Molly Meldrum is, do you, Paddy?
I know who Molly Meldrum
What
is.
show was he on?
Hey Hey.
It's...
Saturday.
Yes. And what did he do?
He wore a big hat.
Yes. And what did he fall off? A ladder at his house.
I remember.
And what does he paint his fence as?
Saints mural.
No.
Was it himself?
No, the storm. He changes his fence.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right.
And who's he best friends with, supposedly?
Elton John.
Yes. See, Tom knows all about Molly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
about
you know a
Molly.
lot about Molly.
You know a reasonable amount. There was a very popular TV series just recently.
Sam Johnson.
Yeah. Port people will cost you, like, overwhelmingly. So many people.
But he's the
saying cost you.
president.
I know, right? But so many people just come in with that. Richmond, Waleed Ali. Like, a lot of people come in with Waleed.
Richmond, yes, Waleed. But I would posit the project is no one watches that show.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, what did I say for Richmond?
I think we both... Oh, God. Don't make me do it again.
I think Mick Malloy.
Mick Malloy
Yeah,
is
yeah,
still
yeah.
trounces.
Yeah, especially because he's
Waleed.
in footy as well, you know?
Yeah.
Pies, a lot of people said Josh Giddey. I don't think that's... I mean, he posts on his Instagram story every now and then, but really...
No.
I love the good stuff, but, you know...
It's
I don't
Peter
think-
Hellier. I will not accept... He's strawny. As far as, like, it was less about fame as well. It's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
about
yeah.
who's, quintessentially Collingwood.
Exactly. We weren't 100% clear on everything. And then Crows, a lot of people didn't come in with, as my wife suggested, Leighton Hewitt or
Leighton.
Guy Sebastian. People came in with Shane Gillies overwhelmingly because, again,
Shane
apparently
Gillis.
he posts
But-
on his
'cause
Instagram every now and then.
But he's
you know?
doing it as a bit now. But
Is he? Yeah,
it
right.
is cool. He's like, God, Tex. Like, he puts on an Australian accent. If he really got into it, that would be cool.
Yeah,
But who's the
100%.
guy? Pat McAfee is a Collingwood fan, supposedly.
Yeah, right. But, you know,
Yeah.
as if. Here's a little public service announcement from one of our fans, Dean.
A PSA.
A PSA. It's about shapes.
Oh, God.
So you know how you were saying
Oh, God.
after a day they go stale or whatever?
Yeah.
He's saying keep them in the fridge, which I think is outrageous.
Put the shapes in the fridge.
Yeah, he said keep them in the fridge after opening them and they stay good. That's
Do you
what
know
Dean
something I
reckons.
remember about you?
Yeah.
Do you remember me with drama school? I used to be very on like coffee and being, make my own coffee and shit like that.
I feel like, yeah,
I used to
that's
bring my
your
own
entire existence,
French
yeah.
AeroPress to drama, like to
Yeah, yeah.
rehearsals. Do you remember? And then you used to put the coffee in our house when we lived together in the fridge.
Yes.
And I was like, that's fucked.
Yeah, I was always told that's how you keep it fresh.
I don't
guess.
believe that. I don't believe that to be true.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where it's like tomato sauce. People are like, you have to put it in the fridge. It's like, no, it's got so much sugar. It's
do you
fine.
put tomato sauce in the fridge?
I do now because I prefer it. Like on a hot sausage with hot onion, I like a cold sauce.
Annie's sister Meg,
Yeah.
Meg, when I lived with Meg, was always telling me what I was doing wrong. This goes here, that goes there, and one of the great, she's a teacher,
Yeah.
and that's in her, in her build, Meg.
Yeah.
And one of the great joys in my life is when she's like, no, the jam doesn't go in the fridge.
What?
And I was like, it fucking well does.
Well, I just
and she's
took
like,
this-
no, you just leave it out. And then I looked on the thing that says refrigerate after opening. I was like, Meg, this says refrigerate after fucking opening.
So I'm surprised by that because I figured that like with ketchup and jam that has such a high sugar concentrate that it doesn't really matter.
But I don't care.
But I
about
prefer
that.
them cold.
I mean, and also Annie's family leave the butter out. They
Yeah,
get
no,
the cheap.
that's just
They
fine.
get those
I'm
big
sorry.
bricks, right?
Yeah.
Which are like $1 compared to a Lurpak.
Oh, like a big Western Star.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And they'll put that under a butter, like a ceramic butter thing, and leave it out.
Yeah, that's like my yaya leaves the feta in the fucking just out on the table, and it's just like, no, that's fucked up, man.
That is fucked up.
yeah, but we still eat it. Footy classified, the earpieces keep falling out. Hi team, just wanted to let you know that the earpieces keep popping out mid-interview on Footy Classified. First Sam Mitchell on Monday night, and again to Brad Scott on Tuesday. Something has to be done.
Now, whenever I get Bluetooth, you know how you get 3 versions of like different ear hole sizes?
Oh, yeah.
I put to you that the current roster on Footy Classified have tiny little ear holes.
Tiny little ear holes.
They're a pack of tiny ear holes. Tom Morris, tiny ear hole. Tiniest ear hole I've ever seen. Who else is on that show? Rory. Eddie Maguire, microscopic
Tiny
little
ear.
ear hole.
Tiny ear.
What they've done, because Kane Corn must have had a big, wide, gaping ear hole.
It makes sense. He's a listener, Kane. He's not a talker. He's a
but
listener.
what we now know, because his ear hole never fell out,
Yeah.
is he's got a gaping ear hole.
Yeah.
And then on the people now, who was it? Eddie's got a tiny ear hole. James Hurd,
Yeah,
teensy tiny.
tiny. He's well known to have tiny ear holes.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Bartell, tiny ear hole.
Yeah.
Barrett, tiny ear hole. McClure, tiny ear hole.
Yeah.
So Hutchie must have had a wide ear hole.
Yeah.
And Caro, I don't know what, normal maybe, I don't know. But that's what we know.
That's what we know. And so I think thank you for that, Eddie. They do need to fix it up. You're bang on. Hello, this is from Lee. Hello,
Hi, Lee.
Mr. Muscles.
Oh, is it
You have
Lee
the
Harding?
Yeah, no, Lee, but we won't dox the last name. You have the biggest fucking biceps like the big booty daddy Scotty Steiner. I don't know
great.
what that sentence means.
It's a wrestling thing.
I'm in the market of upsetting as many people as possible, and we know the team over there are trendsetters for the AFL media landscape.
Who?
What do you mean?
The people over there.
I think you're talking about us.
Oh.
So let's get the ball rolling, or rather the pill bouncing on the grand final performance. Here are my top 8 for the show and a peek into my effed head. And I thought we could riff on if we think these bands would be good for the grand final.
Can I move this to the real show?
Sure. Here's one from Cameron. Hello, Broden Marn's dad, Tom. At the D's game on the weekend, they did Simba Cam, where parents in the crowd are encouraged to hold
I've
up their
seen this.
child, like in the Lion King.
I've seen this.
I was thinking the pod could brainstorm some ways to innovate the crowd cam at home games. Have you got any wacky, funny, comedy ideas for a little fun family cam thing?
That's a fucking great. That's a great question.
Do you have any though? Because I feel like that's hard. Like we could brainstorm now, but because America
Simba Cam
does
is
heaps
great.
of ones. Yeah,
it engages the kid. It gets the people want their kids on the camera. Like
No,
you
they
would
do,
put
yeah. I'd be-
Acadia. You'd hold Acadia up.
Oh, 100%. I'd be singing the song as well.
I find when I watch, because if you watch NBA and you have NBA TV,
Yeah.
this thing happens where when it goes to American commercials, we don't get them. It just goes to footage of the arena screen, which is just constantly shots of people eating food in America
Yeah.
or drinking and talking and then seeing themselves and then doing some weird American shit like holding
the
their
jersey,
Guernsey
yeah.
or going, let's go Knicks.
Yeah, or a kiss cam.
And it's really dystopian because you're like, your country is falling apart. You're on the verge of a civil war. You've got a president who's about to run for a third term, which will trigger like a full collapse of your fucking whole country. And everyone's just like, yo, let's go Trailblazers. You're like, what the world you're living in, guys.
Yeah.
I would say the oblivious cam is something that people in footy really like. You know that?
Yeah, the oblivious is fun. Like catch that person picking their nose.
Oblivious. Do you have any ideas, Paddy? I'm trying to think.
Well, I was thinking on the Lion King vein that instead of having the Simba cam, you could have the Mufasa and Scar cam.
Oh, and you got to
like level 3 of the MCG.
Yeah, hang Broden off.
just throw me up. Yeah.
Drop people down.
There's
a
days I wouldn't mind that. There's also the drumming one. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So like they put a drum on the bottom of the screen, and you
Yeah.
have to.
Oh, you have
and
to hit the drums.
or bongos. They're good. I mean, Melbourne's got the worst one at the moment, where it goes, "It's karaoke time," and then you've got to sing along to a song that there wouldn't really usually be that much.
Karaoke too.
Like people don't know the lyrics.
not
I
that
can't
popular,
even
yeah.
remember what the song is.
That's a
but
really funny thing to do to people though. Like,
sing along.
like you do an AC/DC track because everyone's like, yeah, I love AC/DC, but then choose like a really obscure
Yeah.
one. That's funny.
Everyone loves AC/DC.
AC/DC. Last question for the Wacky Willy Wednesday. This comes from Thomas. Hey, Broden.
Hey.
And I thought, you could do a whole pod on this, Broden, so maybe we'll put this to the side. Hey, Broden and Tom, love the show. Keep up the good work. I think it would be a great idea. I think it would be a great idea to run down all 18 AFL teams and compare them to wrestlers, especially since WrestleMania is
You
about
alright?
to take place this weekend. No, I haven't slept much. I know
AC/DC.
you've had a big month. I've had a big month. Idea.
I really like that idea. Do you mind if I go and write that very quickly?
That idea.
Yeah.
For Wacky Willy or for the main episode?
For the main episode.
Okay,
like,
great.
I'll go back in time and do it on Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Don't
great.
cut it from here. I'm just going to put that in prime time.
All right, Thomas, you've been upgraded. And Lee, you've been upgraded too.
Shit, yeah. You've both been upgraded into the premium time
Premium
slot.
economy.
You're like a James Hurd being moved to the other footy classified, or like a Daisy moving to Monday agenda
Yeah, yeah.
setters, or
Fun.
a Hodgie going to Monday, or Kane being moved off on the
9 to
front
7.
bar. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I'm going to do now. So I'll need 5 minutes to do this, but that's all I need. And that's a Wacky Willy Wednesday if I've ever seen it. I love you all. See you tonight with Marns or tomorrow. Bounce up.
Wacky Willy Wednesday.